guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out some more Illuvium. So over the past couple days, we have had a massive amount of leaks. We've got some videos, we've got some screenshots, some harvestable items. We've also got some Illuvium statues and some Illuvitars, which are coming pretty soon. Again, big shout out to the team, guys. It looks awesome, absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and we'll get into the video. So as we've seen from the screenshot last time, this is the Halcyon Sea. Very cool looking. And again, I believe this is going to be the portal mechanism that's used. So when you're looking for transportation, you're going to be able to move through different zones with this. Now, we do have a ton of leaks in here. You can see this is Whaleback Ridge. This is Tungafuga's Dome, and then the Halcyon Sea here. Very cool, the mapping aspect of this. So now they're building out a lot of different zones. You can see even how small your playable character is within the zones, just showing how massive this game is going to be. This is actually Whaleback Ridge that they're developing right here. And again, all of this land is going to be coming together within Illuvium in the next couple months. We're going to see a lot more gameplay, which we've been seeing as of recently, and a lot more content. We've seen live streams, we've seen a lot of things of that nature. But looking here, guys, I love the props. Again, they are working really hard on the Halcyon Sea. You can kind of see the floor and the dynamic of the build of what this is going to look like. And again, looking at the scale on what a massive scale this game is going to be. Again, here are some of the pictures. You can see your playable character right here, and all of the water coming off of all of these different assets. The Whaleback Ridge is going to be an amazing place, which makes me think I might want to buy some land in the Halcyon Sea. I know we're not going to use it in the main game, but ultimately, guys, it is amazing looking. And again, this is kind of the blueprint, how it's going to look. Flowing vents, the exposed crystal, more exposed crystal over here, and exactly what it's going to look like in this section or this mapping of the game. So we do have a couple assets right here. Again, crazy looking. When we see the 3D modeling, it looks very cool. When they add the coloring to it, it looks just absolutely amazing. The detail, the veining, the flowers overall, the leaves within here, again, look just absolutely phenomenal, guys. Here we have a couple of the plants and shrubs. A lot of the fillers, we got grass clumps here and there. We have bushes here and there. And I like this. This is the actual effect. So this is going to be one of my absolute favorite. This is going to be the scorpion, as you can see from the big tail, the giant stinger there. Detailed description: if a poison enemy within X hex range of the poison alluvials would gain Y energy, which again, we're going to have to see exactly the breakdown of all of this. Poisonous orb float over the character, falling down and making them explode with acid rain falling from the toxic cloud. Again, the animation in here is a work in progress, but I absolutely love it, guys. This is probably going to be one of my absolute favorite alluvials when we continue. This is a combination of water and nature to make the poison class. Just like we see here, this is water and earth, and we have actually seen him quite a few times. This is one of the monkeys that we've seen, guys. The mud alluvials gain X additional energy when attacked per water synergy, gaining Y Gearst and resolve per earth synergy. Again, we're going to have to break down exactly what the synergies look like as we get more details of them, but very cool effects of how this is going to look when the synergy works with these heroes. Now, this is a little shot you can actually see. The 3D rendering, you can see a couple different alluvials right here, and also the lineup that Aaron has. Very, very cool detail on all of these. A lot of these assets, guys, like these specifically, are already made. You can see the hexagon around them, the detail that they have, the fire detail. So out of 100 alluvials, there are a considerable amount of them that are already built. We already know, we've seen them. Including Atlas, we've seen a couple different variations. We've seen the attack sequence for a lot of different ones. So as they continue to build out not only the alluvials, but also the land itself. This is the Brightland Steps, so you can see the two towers here, Rib Cage Cavern, as well as a valley coming off of this. Some of the more concept art, we've seen some of these before, small buoys. You can kind of see even the small buoy is about half the size of a regular human, and seeing it in the sketches exactly what it's going to look like. Small coral buoy, just exactly the same. Then they start getting larger, guys, to really bring it to scale. Now you see two larger medium coral buoys within here. Again, now this is probably 3 times, 4 times the size of our average human. And then you get in again to a medium one. Now you're a tiny dot down here, which this is probably 100, if not 1,000 times size comparison to the actual player character that you're going to have in Illuvium. So this is going to be an asset. You're going to jump around, you're going to move around, things of that nature. Also does have effects at night versus the day. So there are going to be different effects and different features or colors that are going to come with this. Now we've seen this. This was the, I believe, the Ridgeland Steps. But very cool with how this is built and how the coloring and shading goes into it. We'll see it, I think, a couple more times through the leaks that we have in here. And again, some more assets, guys, that we're going to see with inside of the game. Now, the Star-Nosed Mole, very cool. I like how he looks in here. The attacks, the animation. This is the stage 3 mole, so he is the strongest mole that we are going to see when he is fully built. I absolutely love it, guys. This one's another one. The triple stage attack, and I believe this is stage 1. Remember, Illuvials are going to 3 different stages when it comes to building them out, so we are going to have a lot to see. So these are the 3 stages of the snail. I believe it is stage 1, 2, and 3 from the right to the left. This is the attack sequence, guys, and you'll see, boom, a little shot right there. You'll also see that the stage 3 or the bigger Illuvial shoots a much larger payload when it comes to the amount of damage that they're putting out. Very amazing looking, guys, on the detail of these. And again, this is kind of the same one. You can see powers up, boom, hits its target, guys, with absolute precision. The sound even in here, absolutely amazing to see the build of what snails are going to be. Don't know anyone who's really excited about snails, but I am, because in this game, they look absolutely amazing, guys. A couple more attacks. Of course, we have our snakes. Kieran will not let us make spiders, which would be very cool. So this is the attacks. You can see there's a critical strike, kind of draws back a lot stronger when you see the critical strike. Then we have the feint of what the Anodoxal, and then the Omega. The Omega is going to be the ultimate ability, guys, for these snakes. And they have all 3 variations or all 3 stages of the snake. Here's the taunt. Amazing. Even the sound effects in there, guys, really kind of creepy. Again, when it comes to the build of these, it is going to be very cool to see. And I believe this is the stage 3. Again, you can see the normal attack. Very cool, clear cut, going to hit its target. Boom. Then we get into the stronger attacks, guys. Critical strikes. More of a larger drawback, more fire with a critical strike. Then, of course, more of an impact range. The dying effect, which hopefully the Illuvials never die, guys. And then, of course, we get into the Omega, the ultimate ability. The trailing fire feature here, guys, almost looks like a shooting star or a rocket that is being shot. Got the taunt. Very cool looking. I mean, just reminds me of a absolute wicked snake, guys. Huge in size. Then this is the stage 2. Exact same. We see the attack a couple times, and then we see the critical strike. You'll see the additional drawback. They do make them pretty similar when it comes to stage 1, 2, and 3 with the animation and the effect. But you can see even here how different the stage 2 and the stage 3 is. The coloring, the fire feature, things of that nature. Then, of course, the Omega shot one more time. Boom. Looks like a larger firing rocket, guys, which is awesome. I know the camera does cover up a little bit of it, but there is the taunt. The stage 3 looks absolutely stunning compared to the stage 1 and the stage 2. Very cool looking to see, guys. Now, this is very interesting. This is one of the monkeys we've seen, guys. Now, they bought, according to what they were talking about, is they have bought a high resolution resin 3D printer to print Illuvials. That is right, guys. You can actually print the physical Illuvials in statues, which here we see it in a light, but this is actually a printed Illuvial statue using, again, high definition 3D resin. You can see how much detail is put into this. but I believe this is going to be something that is going to be available for purchase, guys, as the game continues, once we see it come out and it just absolutely blows up. There are a couple statues that are going to be available. Not sure if they're going to make all the Illuvials or exactly. We've seen this in a lot of other games. You know, I came from AFK Arena. They've done a couple different statues in there, including Chimera. Very cool to see how these look. And also we do have the Illuvitars that are coming pretty soon. This one, guys, is my favorite. Even looking at the base here, absolutely badass, guys, with the fire shooting down, especially when you put color to these. Absolutely stunning, guys. It is kind of crazy. Now this one, guys, again, look at the artwork, the detail. It almost looks like, you know, this stag that you could imagine how fluffy the fur is. You can see the petting on there. Stunning, absolutely breathtaking. And again, you compare auto battlers that you see, you know, Team Fight Tactics, you see Axie Infinity, you see a lot of other games that are the auto battler. This is just on a whole nother level, guys. We do have a couple boom human firing, a couple different just of the feint, so your hero actually died in combat, of your playable character. That's kind of the steady stance before they fight. So you actually see the breathing aspect of it to continue to kind of build those up. And then, of course, the roundhouse fire with the little twirl of the gun at the very end. Very cool little addition to details. Now, this shows a couple different plants, modular leaves, a couple different regions or places, different assets, again, that we're going to be seeing. Now, within Illuvium itself, you are going to have harvestable items. We've seen them with plants. We've seen them with a couple different things. So this is actually going to be the breakdown of what you're harvesting within the Halcyon Sea. You'll see above ground rocks, wall rocks. You'll see the mineral covered in salt. And ultimately, these are things you're going to have to go ahead and create if you're looking to build different things. A couple different zones in here that we're going to look at. So this is in the Sanctum Messiah, the Crimson Waste. Very cool looking harvestable rocks. So you're going to go around to different zones. You're going to collect up these rocks. These rocks are going to be utilized with blueprints to go ahead and create different items. I'm not sure how extensive it's going to be into creating weapons, creating armor, creating things of that nature, because according to most players, the blueprints are strictly cosmetic. So we're going to have to see exactly how well it does play out. Now, this is getting into the Leviathan arena. So the Leviathan arena is going to be a massive arena that we're using within Illuvium to fight other players. I believe this is where a majority of the battles are going to go down. We'll see a little bit more of that in just a minute, but you can see right here, guys, the Brightland Steppes. This is the mapping, just like we've seen with the Halcyon Sea, of how the land masses are going to look. And this is the steps. Person, you can see the person for scale right there. Little teeny tiny, you're like a fragment of a rock. Then these are interior stalls. So these are kind of props of where you're going to store, I believe, the weapons and armor. I'm not sure if this is where you're going to swap stuff out, but ultimately this kind of, to me, looks kind of like a store or a house, something of that nature. And there's a lot of more detail about that in just a minute. Here we have some more harvestable rocks. This is the Tangia Boreal. So this is actually going to be in the Iceland when you're looking to harvest rocks. Now, this is what I was talking about. It shows, this is kind of like the visual. So this one here, guys, shows a weapon display within the Sanctum Messiah. Again, we're going to have to get more details. You can see the weapons in here. The picture isn't the most clear, but ultimately you can see like this is going to be a weapons catch, which you might have again in different places. A lot more detail is going to have to come from this because there are a couple different things here. Display to show the crystals in the interior of the stall. Again, this is in the exact same region. A desktop counter, extra visual effects, desk to put more crystals. So it looks like almost like a display desk where you can put all of your crystals. And then here, show the rarest power-ups on the stall. So again, I think this is a place that people are going to be able to go, or you can display a lot of the things that you get within Illuvium. If you're creating weapons and armor, things of that nature, it's going to be a place where people can check them out and people can display kind of their achievements or trophies, things of that nature. Again, very cool. Here we have fossil teeth within the Brightland Steppes, teeth and claws indeed, followed by some giant, crazy looking fossils, which is very cool. So this is a head of a massive Illuvial, which again is very cool. Open mouth here, a different Illuvial. It looks like closed mouth over here, but two different Illuvials, going to be more in the Brightland Steppes. Looking at this one, guys, now this is an Illuvitar. So we've seen these before. These are going to be the things that you can use for your avatars. So within the avatars, they're going to have the ability to add more to them, adding different accessories, adding things like this. We know this is one of our octopus Illuviums, but you can see they did put sunglasses on it. So these are going to be and how some of the accessories are going to look to be able to use these Illuvitars within Illuvium, and also being able to use them. You know, we've seen them pop up in a lot of different places like Twitter, using it as pictures, Discord, using it as pictures. Going to be very cool to see exactly how popular these are. And remember, they are going to be limited edition, meaning they're going to run some Illuvitars for a certain amount of time. Once the time has ended, you are not going to be able to get them again unless you buy them on the secondary market. Our Bernie, oh, again, this kind of looks like Kieran's old school picture that we've seen. This is a lineup of the Illuvials, guys. Very cool looking. These are the Illuvials that they have there. You can even see Atlas up here, which it almost looks like a bigger form of Atlas, so it might be a different card. But ultimately, those are the NFTs, guys. Those are what you're going to collect. Those are what you're going to utilize when it comes to the auto battling system. And this is more with the Leviathan arena. You can see the detailing that is going into it. Halcyon Falls, look how massive it is, guys. You have your little playable character right in the middle, and it is just massive. Here's another Illuvitar, which again, you have the crab with the sunglasses. So this is the addition of adding the sunglasses into your Illuvitar, which is going to be able to be built out and accessorized as you do see fit. Now, this is running through kind of making sure that everything is moving smoothly. You can see how fast everything is moving, even running forward, running backwards, changing directions. The fluidity of the movements really have to be smooth. If you're seeing choppiness, if you're seeing it breaking apart, breaking up in the landscape, it's definitely not going to work. They need to make sure this game is absolutely fluid. And then, of course, guys, here are some more resin statues like we've seen before of our 8 friends. This is the ready to print, so you can see kind of how it builds it before the printer actually does it. If you've done anything with 3D printing, then things of that nature, very cool to see, you know, line by line exactly how these things are built. And there they are themselves, guys. So these are where they are actually built. Looks like giant microwaves, but they are indeed printers. Heats up the resin, makes the print, which again is awesome looking. Got a couple different assets here of a few different rocks. This is the Leviathan arena. You can see opponent versus opponent, and just seeing how massive this thing is from a bunch of different angles, guys. It's going to be crazy when it comes to combat and when it comes to this Leviathan arena. You know, stacking floor after floor after floor with spectators to watch the Illuvium contests. It's going to be just absolutely crazy when it comes to the PvP. The competitive PvP aspect of this place is going to be crazy, guys. You can see a couple more assets here, and that is just kind of a, they call this a zoo, where they put all the different assets. You can see different sections, even the kind of the basic elements of different things, and then generic plants, generic lights. So you can kind of build and post together everything that you have within here and the different assets that you do have, guys. All right, so that will do it for this week's leaks. There are a ton of them, guys. Hope you stuck with it till the very end. Very cool looking. There is a lot more content to come with Illuvium as we continue to see how it builds. We still have V2, we still have the land sale, we still have Illuvitars. We have a lot more to come as we continue to build this channel and we continue to follow Illuvium. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.